My name is Natalie, and this is the first time I am recording a video. I'm doing a test, and I know I've been promising you guys jobs, but you can see here that this job is for remote, 99 to $102,000 a year. It's full time. It's was posted 7 days ago on ZipRecruiter. And this role requires availability to work hours between 8 and 5 Pacific Standard Time. Now, I don't think it doesn't say here that it matters where you live. You just need to be available to work between that time. So if you're on the East Coast, you have to be available to work at 5 o'clock, which would mean that you would have to work between 5 and 2. I don't think those are bad hours. I'm up at 4:30, so I mean, to me, it would be well worth it. Um, and depending on you and your schedule. So this is at First Choice Health. What I like to do is I always like to check out the company and apply on both, if possible. Some companies will allow you to will have the job posted on their site, so I will double check their site to make sure that the jobs are that they're paying the same. I like these sites like Recruiter and Indeed because a lot of times like the um what they're paying is there so you can see. And personally, I think that once you talk to them, that this rate here could be somewhat negotiable. So if you needed a little bit more based on your experience, you could ask for more. But if you're just getting started, and here's the thing, here's what's required, right? You just need to be an RN. Doesn't say you have to be a BSN. I don't see that here, right? So you don't have to be a BSN. Could be, but you don't have to be. There's a 90-day orientation period that must begin. Um, you have I think they require compact licensure, so you may have to apply for licenses in other states. These are just requirements, right? 3 to 5 years case management experience, strong clinical background with 5 years of direct patient care. So some of these companies require more patient care. There's some that just require two. This one is asking for 5 years of direct patient care. And 3 to 5 years of case management, which in my mind, personally, I've been a nurse for 30 years. And um, as far as I'm concerned, nurses perform case management duties even in the hospital. You're doing care plans in the hospital. So I list that on my resume, and if you guys need help with writing resumes, putting a resume together for a position, pretty soon I'm gonna put something together and I can assist you with that. I got pretty good at it over the years of applying for these types of jobs, different types of jobs. And in case you don't know, I currently work in the medical device industry for a Fortune 500 company. So, and it took me, I did a lot of different things. The other thing that I will see that some of these jobs require are actually sometimes like home health care. So 2 years of at least minimum, this one's requiring 5, but at least 2 years of um, direct patient care, so hospital nursing, and then maybe a year of home health, so that's always good to get under your belt. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that home health, if you can get if you're in an area where you can get a good patient load, they pay well for admissions, which they usually try to give their admissions to their top tier, their more senior nurses. But sometimes the senior nurses are tired, and so you will get the admissions, and those are always nice. Back when I did them, they were about where I lived at the time. I was in Pennsylvania, so I think for admissions they were like at the time 60. I imagine at this point they could be anywhere up to 100. I haven't looked for home health care jobs. And by the way, subscribe to the channel so you can be notified anytime I upload a new video. I'm going to be uploading content like this. I know I've been promising. I've been posting things about self-care because I think that I feel that if you're going to be as a nurse that we're so exhausted, right? You have to take care of yourself, and so many times we don't. But I know you guys were bored because you were waiting for this. But if you do want to know about that, you can go to my other channel. I am doing my self-care challenge on my Authentically Her After 40 YouTube channel. But I digress. You don't have to, but you can if you're interested in following me in my self care journey and joining me for that journey. But back to this, right? I love how this is because this is anywhere. This is remote. This position is remote anywhere in the U.S. So I love this. Um, this is a fast-paced position with productivity requirements. Now I have worked. I used to work for who was it? For McKesson was one of my first jobs that I worked from home when everybody said, you can't work remote. There's no such thing. They had literally, I did some case management. I did ask a nurse and then case management afterwards. So they will, and it is fast paced because you have to have usually if you're working from home, you have to have a quiet area to put your computer and those hours that you're working you have to be available and you have to be able to take sometimes back-to-back calls depending on the type of position if it, especially a telehealth position, so just keep that in mind, okay? But I mean, I think here, I mean, depending what state you live in, 99 to $100,000 for a 9 to 5 where you're not being beat up. Well, not even from 5 to 2 if you're on the East Coast, 8 to 5 if you're on the West Coast. Still not bad, right? Let's see. Qualifications: RN, 90-day orientation period. I already said that. 3 to 5 years case manager and experience preferred. So I always take preferred as like, hey, if you could put like you've done like home health and you've done like a couple years of case management and home health, because what is home health? Home health is basically you're case managing your patients, right? And then the ability to see and hear, lift 20 pounds. I don't know what that fast-paced productivity. Let's take a look. Benefits. So, um, functions well in stressful situations. Let's see. Strong clinical background. Yeah. So, I mean, I wanted to come and drop you a quick example today of what I'm going to be doing and the types of jobs and, the type of advice that I am going to be bringing you. And I would like to know if you guys are looking for remote jobs, if you guys are looking for in a specific state, like what do you want? Do you want me to sometimes do them by state, like what's available? Are you looking for remote? Because what's really interesting, at the time when I started looking for remote jobs, I had my kids were little, so I was looking for remote. I was truly looking for remote, and because I wanted the flexibility to be at home, and home health did it for me, right? Because I could do my paperwork at night and see my patients and schedule my patients during the day. So, and hospital nursing, we all know that 7 to 7 is great. The pay can be great in the hospital, especially if you're PRN, which I did. I used to do PRN work, but when you add time and a half, but when you're doing 3 12s, 4 12s in a row, yeah. I mean, how long can you maintain, especially when you have a family and children, it gets rough, right? If you're single, maybe you can manage, right? But it gets harder and harder as you have kids. I used to come home and just quick story, I used to come home and get off my shift. I drove an hour to work, and then would get off my shift late because, of course, you had to always a late admission, then charting to do before you left. So if I was supposed to sleep by 7:30, after change of shift, I was always, like 8:30, sometimes like trying to get out of there and then driving home, get home at 9:30. Sometimes my kids would be up waiting for me to do like a last minute assignment with them, so I couldn't even get my coat off, and I was already jumping into like that last minute assignment so I can get them into bed and then get up at quarter to 5 the next morning and do it all over again. You guys know You guys know what I'm talking about. This is nothing new to any of you, I'm sure. So, but this job has PTO, offers sick leave, and it's full time. So, um, you could take this is first choice health. I'll put the link for this down in the description box. This is just an example. This is like a sample example of what I'm going to be doing. And I've been promising, and I'm like, let me drop this today and show you guys kind of what I'm going to be sharing with you. And then you now can share with me what you're looking for, right? Because I want to bring to you what you I want to bring this, I want this to be valuable for you. Okay. Because I know many of us have thought about, look at this PTO accrual, 3 years of service, you get some time here, but eligible. There's a retirement plan, 50%, profit sharing. Uh, oh, they have some profit sharing too. So, but anyway, so I know as nurses, we're always looking. We have different things that we're looking for. So, do let me know down in the comments. What kind of content you're looking for, and I will, each time maybe pick 2 or 3 jobs, whether it's in a state, in a certain area that you're looking for, because that's the other thing. These job searches take time, right? And sometimes we don't even know what to drop in the box to shirts to check for. And the other thing I'm good at is, like I said, I'm good at helping with the resumes, putting together resumes that will get you a look. Yeah, because that's important, right? Because you want to take the skills that you have currently, and many times we think, oh, we worked in the hospital, so those you look at a job and go like, how am I going to transfer those skills over? Well, you can. You can make it work, and obviously they're posting these jobs because they need someone, right? So, all right. So, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're looking for, and I will see you in the next video. All right. You guys hustle smarter and not harder. See you in the next video.